If you think that steroids are worth it, you need to watch this video.
Greg Doucette made a video about my nipples, and we're going to watch it. Thanks for making me famous on the internet. I'm his #1 pinned reel. Comment below if I look older than Greg Doucette. Greg Doucette definitely has Botox. But yes, Greg Doucette did in fact make a full-length 16-minute YouTube video on me. Thanks for making me famous on the internet. It's about all the side effects that I've had from steroids. And it was in response to this video here that I posted on Instagram, and then he made a reaction video to it.
I have had every steroid side effect possible as a skinny fat 27-year-old.
And he's gonna say I'm not. He's gonna say I'm not skinny fat. I was definitely skinny fat.
I did my first steroid cycle and developed gyno.
That is skinny fat. It's skinny and fat. It's literally the definition. All right.
At age 31, a contaminated gear source led to a cystic acne breakout that
I've met him in person a couple of times. He doesn't actually talk like that.
required me to take Accutane for 8 months. And just this month, I developed a large cyst on the back of my head.
Still dealing with that shit right now.
That had to be excised in the emergency room. But despite my massive doses of DHT I've taken, I fortunately, at 34, still have my hair.
This is before I went to Turkey to get the hair transplant.
Although if someone could tell my hairline to chill the fuck out, that would be nice. After experiencing this many side effects, you'd think that I'd want to stop taking steroids. And if you're a rational person, you'd be right. But the truth is, wounds heal and life is too short to be skinny and weak.
So there's the video. I posted that video last year. It went crazy on Instagram. It went crazy on TikTok. It ended up getting banned from Instagram, obviously, because all my shit always gets fucking banned. And he even tagged me. That's my old page right there. RIP Daniel Coffeen 3. Now our Daniel Coffeen 4. What does it even say if you press that? Gay. Gayness.
Does bro look like he's skinny fat? He's 27 years of age and he has an outstanding physique.
I'm fucking skinny fat. I'll say it again. That is skinny and fat.
You can see he actually has a lot of muscle and he does in fact have some abdominals. And so bro isn't fat. All he needed to do was to go on a cut. People have no idea what they want. They go to the gym to develop muscle, to get a six-pack perhaps, and develop an aesthetic physique. He already has everything going for him. He's very healthy. But if he wanted to get a little bit better, all he needed to do was get a little bit leaner. And by doing that, he would have the kind of physique that all men, they dream of. But no.
Dude, I tried. I was training for that's like 15 years of training right there. 15 years of training and eating clean. Eating clean. It was when I fucking started counting the macros and started taking the roids that it actually started to change.
Oh.
What up, my dog? Hey, if you like this style of content, make sure you're following my main channel, which is the first link in the description. And if you want access to all my free guides on how to get jacked, how to get rich, and then how to get a chick, hit the second link in the description to check out the Enhanced Man, which is a community dedicated to getting jacked, getting rich, and then getting a chick. And hey, I want to challenge you to do one more thing before we get back to the video. I want you to leave me a comment that is going to get me to respond. All right, enjoy the rest of the video.
I'm skinny fat. I need to have more muscle. I need to be jacked. Why? To impress other men. Women, they don't need you to be jacked. And what they do like is that you look athletic.
That is absolutely accurate. I get way more DMs from dudes than I ever get from women. That is 100% a fact. And if you go to my Instagram analytics, it is straight fucking dudes. I am a dude magnet all the way, and I have steroids to thank for that.
You're lean, perhaps 10 to 15% body fat, and the sweet spot, 10 to 12%. This is not skinny fat. It's neither skinny nor is it fat. And
it's literally both.
To be skinny fat, you have to have at least two things. You got to be skinny, you got to be fat at the same time. He's neither. After his first cycle, this was the result. A, notice the circles around his nipples. This is gynecomastia. This is
also known as bitch tits. Literally also known as bitch tits. I had t-shirts. I had specific t-shirts that I could wear that would hide my nipples. I had specific t-shirts that I would wear that would hide my nipples. That's how fucking ridiculous this was. It would literally look like I had bitch tits.
Breast tissue formation in men, and it's extremely common. When you take testosterone,
It also fucking hurts if you didn't know.
A lot of it converts to estrogen. Estrogen, as you know, is a female hormone, and you can get what women actually have, which is breast tissue. Next.
That's absolutely right. And the gynecomastia surgery is something I would highly recommend. I had that done. That's what you see in the video with all the blood and shit. That's that's the gynecomastia surgery where they actually cut open your fucking nipples and they pull out this hardened breast tissue, the bitch tit. And yeah, it's that was the acne. Yeah. But yeah, those are my nipples. And that's like that's even when I was lean. And so like when I was chubbier, like they were really noticeable. Like legit bitch tits. Yeah, I needed like some nipple covers for sure. It was weird. And some guys have that like and you can get around it. Like you can 100% not have to get your nipples cut out if you are using PEDs correctly. It all has to do with the aromatization of estrogen. And so if you start taking testosterone and your nipples start getting itchy, it's because that estrogen is climbing higher and higher and higher. And if you don't get it under control with something like an aromatase inhibitor, which I don't recommend because it doesn't have the best impact on your lipids and other health markers. There's other things that you can do to get around that while still bringing down the estrogen. But yeah, the estrogen has to come down so that you don't develop the gyno. And if you don't, you do get the gyno, and you actually have to get a mammogram. You have to get a mammogram before you go get your tits cut out. And that's what they do for like for chicks, right? And so they take this like two pieces of glass, and it's like an X-ray machine, and they just squish your nipple down, and they take pictures of it. And yeah, it's fucking humiliating. But yeah, so you can absolutely take PDs without this taking place. But you got to be careful because it's very common. And again, if you want to learn more about stuff like that, you can come over to the Enhanced Man. It's down in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. This is where we teach people how to get jacked, how to get rich, and I always say how to get it, and then how to get a chick. But yeah, lots of information in here on what we're talking about right now and the right ways to do stuff. So if you're interested, check the link in the description. Let's get back to watching Greg talk about my nipples.
How many of you like this physique? When you picture being on steroids, bodybuilding, and so on, dieting down, getting to perhaps 6% body fat, is this what you envision? And so you might be thinking, oh, but steroids, they work so amazingly well. Well, of course they work. And this is what it did to him. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't look like a bodybuilder. He's clearly well conditioned. He has
Look at my tiny little legs. Look at my thigh gap. Oh my God. Horrible posing.
great conditioning, but he doesn't have an ideal bodybuilding shape
I look like a beaver.
that would win an IFBB Pro card. And so just because you take steroids doesn't mean you're going to get the physique of your dreams. And notice the face already. Does he not appear to have aged 10
Come on. It's a fucking beard.
years?
I did my first steroid cycle and developed gyno.
Notice he went through gynecomastia surgery. He had to remove the glands. You can see the drainage tubes and so on.
The initial conversation with the doctor about getting my gynecomastia cut out was very awkward because they basically want to know why. And I'm like, you want me to tell you why I want these fucking things cut out? And it was just such a fucking
And
awkward
it's a
conversation.
very expensive surgery, likely cost him $5,000 or more.
At age
Yeah, it would definitely be more. Luckily, I had mine done through the VA, which is why it was fucking awkward. But yeah, I had mine done through the VA, thank God. But yeah, I think it's somewhere like $5,000 a nipple, I've heard, which is not cheap. I don't have a discount code, but I should definitely get a discount code for a gynecomastia surgeon out there. Let me know. Hit me up if you're a plastic surgeon and want to work a business deal. Let's run it.
age 31, a contaminated gear source led to a cystic acne breakout.
Now, at age 31, look at the cystic acne. And he says it's
This shit fucking sucked. This was the worst thing. This was worse than the gynecomastia by a mile. This shit was painful. I had to go to the fucking emergency room when I was in my physical therapy rotation because I needed just like something. Like I literally could not move my head. My head was so swollen, and I still have like fucking scars back there. But like, oh god, it was horrible. I'm gonna rip a blinker.
It's from a contaminated gear source. And let me tell you this, it could have come from a contaminated gear source, or even if it was pharmaceutical. Steroids can cause.
You want to know how fucking dumb I was? Is when that was taking place, when I had that right there, I knew it was a contaminated gear source, or at least I thought that was probably the case, and I kept using it. I literally kept using it. I was like, well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's like a diet thing. But I was like, no, I'm just gonna keep running this gear because I was like making a ton of gains. Like I was getting really big that off season. And this was one of the side effects. I got over 260 and I was fucking diesel. And but yeah, this is what happened because of that. And I put on a lot of muscle tissue that year. But this was the side effect that I had to do it. This is also while I was going through divorce. This is while I was fucking getting kicked out of physical therapy school. This was a shit show time in my life. Yeah, not good.
Contaminated gear source, or even if it was pharmaceutical. Steroids can cause acne, and cystic acne at that. It depends on your genetics. And so if you're thinking, oh, but I get my steroids from a doctor, doesn't mean you're not going to get the acne that you.
He's absolutely right. Like the side effects that come from steroids, I think are very rarely due to the gear source itself and mostly due to just how your body is reacting to the PEDs. Like they do some crazy shit to your body. Obviously, right? Like they make you look like a freak of fucking nature. So we should expect that they would also have some pretty crazy fucking side effects in the opposite direction. You know what I mean? Some effects in the other direction than just positive. It's like a nuclear bomb, right? You use a nuclear bomb, it fucking blows up a lot of shit. It's very useful to get rid of a lot of people and space and land and resources. But there's a crap ton of effects and blowback because of using that nuclear bomb. So how much do you want it? For me, I wanted it, man. I wanted to look like a bodybuilder.
You don't want to have. If you are using steroids, even at TRT doses, it can certainly increase the prevalence of acne.
That required me to take Accutane for 8 months.
And in case you're wondering, Accutane is horrendous on your liver.
That's what they say, is it's horrendous on your liver and it'll make your ALT and AST skyrocket. But mine was always just totally fine. And I took up to 80 milligrams of Accutane per day for up to 6 months, I think is what I said there, or 8 months. But we started slow, right? Like you start with like 20 and then 40. And then I think by the time they gave me the 80, it was like 6 months is how long I took it for. But yeah, that shit fucking dries you out big time. Your lips will always be chapped. Your feet will crack. There's a ton of side effects that come along with Accutane. So now you have the actual acne, right, which is a side effect from the steroids. Now you're taking another drug to combat the acne, but that drug also has side effects. And so it just is a revolving fucking door of bullshit that just keeps coming your way as you're trying to achieve this goal of looking like a bodybuilder. That was my goal. I wanted to look like a bodybuilder. And goddamn, I definitely paid the price.
Worse than alcohol. And so if you know that alcohol is bad, of course you know it's bad. It can cause both cancer, it can ruin your liver and so on. Think of Accutane as being worse. If you don't need to use Accutane, you most certainly don't want to have to go on it.
And
He's absolutely right. And now this one really fucking sucks.
just this month, I developed a large cyst on the back of my head that had to be excised in the emergency room.
And in case you're thinking, no, steroids can't do that, a guy like Aldura, he would want you to believe so. You're 80, right?
Yeah.
You got.
Oh, I know this guy. This guy's a bodybuilder. Aldura. Yeah. I follow him on Instagram. That gave you no information. He's a good fucking classic physique IFBB pro. And he's pretty fucking funny on social media too. Go check him out. Let's pull up his page. I think it's pull him up. Yeah, that's him. Ah, the Dura. There he is. Yeah, he's funny as hell. And he's fucking jacked. Look at this motherfucker. God damn. God damn. Okay, let's get back to the show here. Well, I don't even remember him being on
Got
this.
grandkids, the whole
I'm
thing.
done.
Happy you're 80.
You're 80 years old. You're done. You're done with life. You've done everything.
I can give you
Why
a
would you
story.
even want to live longer?
This is a guy that promotes the dad cycle, thinks that steroids, they don't cause problems. You just need to use lower doses. What's next? You don't think that steroids can increase?
That's Noel. That's Daddy Noel. If you don't follow Noel, you gotta go follow Noel. I'm shouting out all my friends here. I didn't even realize we were in the same video together. Noel Dezel. I always forget how to say his name. I met him in Orlando. He's fantastic. He's hilarious. He's from South Africa. His camera guy is really nice too. Just genuine dudes. Really cool people to hang out with. That's the cool thing about bodybuilding and about social media and about steroids is that it brought me the relationships that I have. Like, yeah, it cost me acne and my nipples and the cyst on the back of my head and my fucking hairline. We haven't even gotten to that part yet. But it's brought me a lot of really cool relationships. And yeah, I really like the way my life is right now. I think it was worth it.
Increase your chances of getting a hernia? And so why is it that steroids cause him to get this cyst that had to be surgically removed from his head? Well, steroids cause skin conditions to be more conducive to getting a cyst. It increases sebum production, and I'm not talking about Chris Bumstead. It also
Oh, we needed a sebum. If sebum would have been in this video, that'd have been a complete video right there. Get in there with Noel, with the Dura, sebum. Come on, this star-studded lineup right here.
increases inflammation and androgenic activity. And so, yes, it can in fact lead to you getting a cyst.
But
He's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. Also, the more times I hit this, the more unhinged we're getting.
despite my massive doses of DHT I've taken, I fortunately, at 34, still have my hair.
Fortunately, he still has his hair, but
Okay, I did get a hair transplant back in January. It's looking pretty good right now. Shout out Celix Med. Shout out Celix Med over in Turkey. Bilal and the team. Yeah, this was the doc. He's awesome. Yeah, if you wanna go get a hair transplant in Turkey, it's actually very nice. Like the flight is very easy. The VIP car service is all taken care of. The food's amazing. They take you around and show you the city and do sightseeing. And the procedure itself, super fast, super clean. Obviously got a good result here. Yeah, if you're interested in that, check down in the description. I'll put a link to Celix Med. You'll just have to hop on a phone call with them. But yeah, go to Turkey. It's cool. They also do like breast implants and teeth. I got my teeth whitened while I was there. That's the dentist. She's really nice. Yeah, it was cool. It was, and they all speak English. Like everyone speaks English. That's the cool part. Everyone speaks English. Everyone likes Americans. Like it's an easy time. Easy time. All right, back to business.
But unfortunately, at 34 years of age, he looks like he's his own dad.
Greg Doucette thinks I look like my own dad. He's absolutely right.
Does he not look like he's the father of a 34-year-old?
I mean, my dad and I do look a lot alike, especially the more gray hair I get.
Experiencing this many side effects, you'd think that I'd want to stop taking steroids. And if you're a rational person, you'd be right. But the truth is, wounds heal and life is too short to be skinny and weak.
And so one thing
Yeah, that's true. Wounds heal and life is too short to be skinny and weak. Come on, put a 1 in the chat if you're about that life right there. Wounds heal and life is too short to be skinny and weak. Move fast and break shit. Move fast and break shit. That's how you get ahead of 99% of people anyway, is just move fast. Most people won't even move. Most people don't even move. I'm trying to move on PEDs. Like, let's go. Why not? What else are you going to do? Play it safe your whole life? Live with your parents till you're fucking 28 years old? Let's go. Let's make a move.
I want to point out is that I have a lot of respect for this man for speaking out. He's being
Respect. And this is where, when I was watching the video, I went, oh, respect.
open, honest, and transparent. He's telling you exactly what he's doing, knowing that people, of course, are going to come and criticize him. He knows he doesn't look 34. He looks older than Coach Greg.
He has Botox. He for sure has Botox. Greg Doucette definitely has Botox. Do I look older than him? Put it in the chat. Comment below. Comment below if I look older than Greg Doucette. Comment below if Greg Doucette has Botox. Come on. I've met him in person a couple of times. He doesn't actually talk like that. Just so you know.
He still wants to compete.
He talks like a normal person. He has some sort of when he was on the Jay Cutler podcast, he even said they doctored the voice a little bit. I'm not sure if he said they just speed it up like to 1.1 so it changes the pitch, but there's something. He doesn't talk like that in real life.
Yes, he has an amazing.
He might just be over exaggerative on video. That is a possibility, but I'm pretty sure there's something doctored.
Physique. Guy looks like a bodybuilder, but at what cost? I do think.
That was my goal, man. My whole goal was to look like a bodybuilder. That was the whole goal.
He's explained at what cost. He's likely taking years, if not decades, off of his life. And he says he's experienced all the negative side effects of steroids. He's shown you the cosmetic ones, but he has not shown what his blood work is saying. And so what do you think that is? His cholesterol is likely through the roof. He likely has impaired kidney function. His liver probably screaming out at him. And after
all right. I think I can pull up my last labs. Fuck the lab thing. We're going back to the video.
all, was his body not speaking out in Braille with the cystic acne? What damage has he already done to his heart?
I do plan to be more conservative going forward, but I still got a few good years in me before I hang up my trunks for good.
Maybe. And who does this remind you of?
Oh, shit. Dr. Mike? Now I'm getting compared to Dr. Mike. Dude, they had some crazy fucking beef. Him and Dr. Mike had some crazy beef, guys. If you guys watched that, holy crap. These two guys fucking hate each other.
Is there not a 40-year-old doctor about the height of Coach Greg who has not yet hung up his trunks?
I think Dr. Mike has a decent physique. I mean, that's a pretty good physique. Right? That guy's pretty fucking jacked. In fact, Dr. Mike is supposed to be coming on the Enhanced Man. We're supposed to be having him on one of these days, probably in August. So if you want to come get an opportunity to ask Dr. Mike Israel some questions, make sure you come join. Check the first link in the description. And yeah, come check him out. We got Dr. Mike, and I also heard potentially Mike O'Hearn. Mike O'Hearn's going to come talk to us. Lifetime natty? I don't know. You can ask him.
Let this be a lesson to you. The addiction is real. He's had all of these side effects, but yet he cannot stop. And so you may or may not believe that steroids can be addictive. Is this not evidence that it is? If it can negatively affect your life, and you know it is, but you still can't stop, is that not the definition of being addictive? And so
yeah, I guess you could say I'm slightly addicted to steroids. I'm addicted to liking the way that I look. Yeah, I'll openly state that for sure. I also am a firm believer that you only get to, well, it's not a believer, it's a fucking fact of life. The first 50 years of your life, you can basically decide how you want to look. I think after the next 50 years, right? The next 50 years, I think it's a bit more challenging to do that. So if you don't like the way you look before you're 50, the odds that you're ever going to change it is very low. And I want to max this thing out. Like, I want to see how good I can look. I want to see how much I can achieve. I want to see like how well I can build this thing. Like, why not? Why not try to build it? It's going to go away if I don't. So yeah, I just want to see what I can do with it. It's like my own little personal project, and I can do with it whatever I want. And I think that we should all be able to do that.
Opinion is he's addicted to steroids. He can't stop knowing it's causing harm in his life. And not only that, it's likely shortening his life. Yeah, the physique is awesome. It looks great. I'm not denying that. But is it worth it? And so, like Aldura stated, hey, while you're on it, of course it's worth it. Aldura thinks it's worth it. He doesn't want to stop, but unlike Aldura and unlike this guy, now older, and with age comes wisdom, and I can reflect back. I remember this time. I also felt like it was worth it. I have a couple of good years left. I'm not ready to hang it up. It's because you're young and you're also under the influence of steroids. And by that, I mean,
My mental health did definitely change when I first started taking steroids. That is 100% true. That's when I think the mania actually took over. Like I think I was always kind of like hovering at like almost manic like through most of my like 20s, and then once I started taking steroids then it was like boom, like full blown fucking mania for sure.
steroids affect your mind. It can change your thoughts, your thought pattern, and so on. And so you're not thinking as yourself. You're thinking of yourself while on drugs. There's a reason why you're not supposed to sign legal documents while drunk or high on drugs. It's altering your mind. You can't think clearly. When you're on steroids, you can't think clearly. This man, he isn't thinking clearly. And so when he gets older and he stops taking steroids, at least I hope he'll make it to being older. I hope he gets to the point where he gets to stop. He'll reflect back and think, I was a moron. I should have quit sooner than last time. You look
Yeah, 100%. No, he's right. He's 100% right. I'm already looking at some of the things I've done and been like, okay, that was fucking stupid. But I do absolutely want to continue to look like a bodybuilder. That is a huge part of my life. I love looking like a bodybuilder. I get so much respect when I walk into a room. And I'm not even that impressive of a bodybuilder. Like, like I'm not like a massive human. I weigh 220 pounds. My legs are decent. But yeah, and I'm decently lean right now. But like, I can walk into any room and guys are like, "What up, dog? How much protein do you eat?" Blah 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 blah. It's like it's an instant icebreaker. It's like being, it's like being a hot girl, but a hot girl that's fun to talk to. If you've ever met one of those, like, there's no awkwardness. Like I can dap it up with the bros, no problem. No matter what race, no matter what time of day, like respect is always given to someone that's jacked in the room. And it's a really cool feeling. And you only get a small part of your life to be able to look like that. And so I love it. I totally agree that I'm probably going to regret it even as I get older. But right now, I absolutely love looking the way I look. It's awesome. And all these hate comments that are about to come, they literally don't affect me whatsoever.
50, bro. You basically took 20 years off your life to look normal. Great job, champ. Yeah, he probably took 20 years off his life, but he certainly doesn't look normal. This isn't normal. Roids don't make you strong, bro. Your brain is rot. Thank God everyone mentioned the 34. That's crazy, mate. Jesus, I'm 50 and I look years younger than you. You are proof why people need to stop steroids. Steroids for 7 years and you're not even close to pro with
That guy is absolutely right. I am not even close to pro. That is 100% accurate. That was supposed to sting, and he just hit it right on the head. Hit the nail on the fucking head.
a laughing face. Let me put this into perspective. Do you guys all think that most people that take steroids get a pro card within 7 years? 99% of people that
I think that's a generous amount of time to dedicate to bodybuilding, 7 years. I think you should be able to turn professional by then. However, I didn't dedicate all the 7 years to bodybuilding. I've only been really bodybuilding since COVID 2020. So that's only been 6 years now, but I've been taking steroids before. Again, remember, I didn't fucking do the diet right. I didn't do the diet right. I didn't even look like I did PEDs. It's all about the fucking food, especially if you're an average white guy with average genetics, which is exactly why we have the enhanced man. Another plug here, but like this is where you're gonna learn all the shit that I did wrong. You can learn a ton of things not to do by coming here, coming to our live calls, listening to me tell stories about all the things I fucked up. In fact, in 15 minutes, we have another segment about all of my divorces. But we'll talk about divorce and relationship woes after we get over all the shit I fucked up with steroids.
Take steroids have no fucking chance in hell of ever getting a pro card. You all actually think that just by injecting something for what, a couple years, you're going to get a pro card? To be an IFBB pro, you have to be a freak among freaks. A, you have to have amazing genetics, natural. On top of that, you have to be able to withstand using performance-enhancing drugs and being a hyper responder. Just because you take steroids,
I'm definitely not a hyper responder. I think I'm an average responder. I'm pretty much average at everything, and I'm okay with that.
steroids doesn't mean you're going to be an IFBB pro. The audacity, this is what bothers me about steroids. You all think that if you use steroids, somehow you're going to look like Sam Sulik or perhaps Alex Eubank. You're not.
Both of those guys are fucking jacked. I would totally take looking like them. Sam Sulik is fucking a maniac. That is a fucking corn-fed motherfucker from Ohio. Boss. All the respect, Sam. And then Alex Eubank, dude. Name a fucking more attractive fucking Instagram model. Are you kidding me? This dude is built for a fucking magazine. Hands down, he's a fucking model. Hands up, he's a goddamn bodybuilder. I don't know how he does it. It's very impressive. Yes, Dr. Greg, Coach Greg. I just promoted him. Coach Greg, I wish I looked like either one of those guys. That'd be fantastic.
One perhaps in 1,000 are, but you're not it. Well, maybe one of you, but 1 in 1,000. Do you know how slim your chances are? And so if you are taking steroids thinking, yep, all I need to do is take steroids, I'm going to be a pro. You're delusional. If you don't look like you can beat most people on steroids while you're natural, you're not going to be a pro when you go on. I don't think that people understand. When I was natural, I beat almost every single guy on steroids without the drugs. And then when I added the drugs, that's when I got a pro card.
Look at old Coach
You
Greg.
need to look amazing without in order to add steroids and
Pretty diesel. Look at those hamstrings, the adductors. Damn.
have an amazing physique with. I don't know. How do I explain this? Let's say you want to be a model and you're a woman. You can get a nose job. You can get your teeth whitened. You can
Some people just got it. That's all you got to say, Greg. Some people just got it. Other people don't. And that's why it's a hobby for me, bro. That's why it's a hobby. That's why I know I'm a mile away from being a professional. I don't fucking care. I do this for fun. I bodybuild for fun, which is crazy, right? You bodybuild for fun. Yeah, it's a fucking hobby, man. And the second it stops being fun, I'll fucking quit. But it hasn't stopped being fun in 6 years. And I love it. I love going to the gym. I love going to the gym. I love eating like a bodybuilder. I love looking like a bodybuilder. And it cost me all of this shit. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Also, quick little plug here. Bloodwork, super important. And I've neglected this the entire time. And we should have talked about it more than we did, because we haven't yet. But Merrick Health. This is the company that I use that helps me with all of my blood work and lab work, and they give me medications for thyroid, blood pressure medicine, Cialis I get from them. They basically, all my testosterone, they prescribe everything that I need to look like a bodybuilder. And they're very good with their with how they coach. Essentially, you get a health manager, and then you also get assigned a doctor. I have a nurse practitioner who oversees and orders all my lab work, and then they dictate all the things that I need to take. I don't have to go to different doctors. I don't have to get medications from different doctors. I can get everything from one spot right here. And I have a code you can use, Daniel. It's in the description below. It it saves you a bunch of money. I can't recall how much it saves you, but just use the code. They also have very good affiliate margins as well. So like if you also recommend others to use them, you can benefit from that as well. They do credits, which are really nice. So yeah, take a look at Merrick. If you need blood work done, which you should, I get mine done every quarter. It's probably recommended you do it at least twice a year if you're going to be using enhancements, because you can't manage what you don't measure. You can't manage what you don't measure. So check out Merrick Health; they're great, and if they can help you be a better bodybuilder or whatever it is that you're trying to do, that is good enough for me.
Get lip filler, but if one eye is going here and the other one's going there, you're probably not going to be able to model. You need to already look good. Now, if you look good already and you add in the makeup, the hair, and all the stuff that they do, then you can be a model. But you have to have the framework to work with it. Steroids is like makeup. It enhances what you already have. But if what you already have sucks, you're not going to be a model.
But the truth is, wounds heal and life is too short to be skinny and weak.
I mean, I don't understand the logic. People use that YOLO. You only live once. If you only live
Drake.
once, does it not make sense to shorten the time you get to be on this earth? You only live once, and so try to live as long as you can. Not you only live once, and so only do one thing. Oh, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to abuse steroids, take them for 10 years, die in my 40s. Why would you do that?
That's only one option. That doesn't mean that's going to happen, right? That's only one thing that could happen. But there are plenty of people that live well into the old ages after using PEDs. They're out there, trust me. And I'm not one of the massive bodybuilders either. Those are the guys that all die early, the ones that are over 300 pounds and literally look like fucking giants. I look like a regular dude still.
Trust me, when you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and so on, you're not going to think, oh my God, I didn't abuse steroids in my 20s and 30s. I would have had so much of a better life if I would have got a pro card. It's not going to happen. You're not going to think when you're older, oh, I wish I was more vain in my younger years. I wish I got gyno, acne, had a friggin' cyst growing on my head, shrunk my balls down into raisins.
The shrunken balls thing is not a negative side effect, in my opinion. They don't get in the way. And even though I haven't slept with a woman for 12 months, I've never had a partner complain about the small nuts. There's never been any complaints. If anything, if you think about proportions, having one thing smaller could possibly make the other thing look bigger. So you have that to think about as well.
Wants that. The only reason you want it is because you've been brainwashed since birth by society telling you that you're not good enough. That you need to have bigger muscles, that women won't respect you, that men want to be you if you have bigger freaking biceps. It's not true. Well, if you have bigger freaking biceps, it's not true. Well, perhaps for a little.
It is true. It is true. People definitely say, I want to have fucking biceps like that. I wish I looked like that. Not very good biceps over here. Average white guy genetics.
This is what you can do right now. I like to give you points that you can go back home and get on right now. Rather than using steroids, why not start with something natural that does.
Fuck. And then, okay, literally the rest of this is literally just him selling Turk Builder, which I have no fucking clue what Turk Builder is. But I'm sure Greg wouldn't push a product that doesn't work. I think he's a lot smarter than that. But yeah, the rest of it is all just
I don't need to make any money on protein bars, and so I'm giving it to you.
But yeah, that was my Greg Doucette video. And that made me really fucking famous for like a day and a half. Greg Doucette's talking about my nipples.
Breast tissue. Next. How many of you like this physique?
I was so happy. Greg Doucette's talking. I was literally so happy when that happened. Where's the other one?
When you take testosterone, a lot of it converts to estrogen. Estrogen, as you know, is a female hormone, and you can get...
Greg Doucette's talking about my nipples.
Which is breast tissue. Next.
Thanks for making me famous on the internet. Okay, that is the end of this segment. That was really fun.